Good day, DoomTubers. Welcome back to another pickup video. This one's going to be pretty light, but I just have this strange need to make a video right now. I don't know why. I could just be patient, because I can't say that I'm not getting anything else this month, because I really don't know. Probably not a lot in the way of games. Yeah, probably not, but I don't know. It's like mid-February. Today is the 12th, I believe. And yeah, I've got a few things here. One set of things came in the way of a trade with a user on Atari Age, which was very nice. Traded away some things that I didn't want anymore, and a couple of NES games, and a 64 game, and a GameCube game, and in turn got 3 games that I view as better, at least for me, than those I traded away. Not to say that they're better games, just games that I wanted more than the ones that I already had. So I got that, and then I spent what I had credit-wise on Amazon from a gift card left from Christmas. So part of this is a Christmas pickup, and part of it is a trade, and then I grabbed a couple of digital things too. We'll start off with the digital because I will forget them if I don't. A little while back, Xbox Live Gold members had access to some pretty good deals. I was tipped off about, I think Mike's the one that tipped off, Aerodynamish in the chat said that, you know, that these games were really cheap on XBLA if you're a gold member right now. Gold member. So I at the time actually wasn't a gold member, so I re-upped gold for 1 month so I could take advantage of these deals, and I got Dark Souls and Tales of Vesperia on Xbox Live for $5 each, which is a phenomenal deal, especially for Tales of Vesperia, because a physical copy of that's something like $40, and I didn't want to pay that for a game that's, you know, a couple years old. $40 is kind of outrageous, so I just said screw that. And Dark Souls, I was interested in, but I probably wouldn't have picked up a physical copy anytime soon unless, you know, it was just a really good deal and somebody locally or something had it for sale. It's just not the kind of game that I would go out of my way to buy. But for $5 on Xbox Live, I did jump on that. I played it a little bit. It's very brutal. I'll enjoy it though. I'm just not sure how far I'll take it. You know, I don't know how far I'll actually. How much I'll actually play it, but I'm glad to have it for $5. It's an easy game to just boot up and play, you know, every now and then, you know, on Xbox Live. It's a nice game to have on the hard drive, I think. And as far as Tales of Vesperia goes, it's not that I don't want a physical copy of it, because I do. If I find a copy for cheap or cheaper than $40, you know, I might consider it. But at least now I have the game and I can play it when I'm ready to on Xbox Live, and I'm okay with that. So that is it for the digital games. I believe I didn't get anything on Steam or anything like that. So yeah, that's all I got on there. Okay, and then a trade that I did. I traded away, like I said, a few games. I think 4 games, and I in turn got 3. And I'm pretty excited to have these. My Saturn collection is pretty lacking, but that's okay because I just got the system, and yeah, so I went ahead and added a game to it. I had Sonic 3D Blast for the Saturn. I know this isn't like the greatest game ever, certainly not the greatest Sonic game, but I played the Genesis version of this a little bit, and it's kind of wonky. It's a lot better on the Saturn. And I was talking to one of my friends who's actually a pretty big Sega fan. He said, you know, this game is good on the Saturn, especially if you have the 3D controller that has the analog stick on it. So of course I'm still on the lookout for one of those anyway. Yeah, he said this game is a lot more fun on the Saturn with one of those controllers. So that's good to know. And of course I'm always on the lookout for that controller. But this was very nice. It's complete, and the case is in really good shape. And I was just happy to have it. It's in my Saturn right now, so that's why it's not in there. But So yeah, Sonic 3D Blast for the Saturn. And then I got a sealed copy of Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem. This game just looked like a lot of fun to me, and I love collecting DS games, especially games that are kind of quirky, kind of fun. And so yeah, I actually didn't know this was sealed until it showed up, which is great. And I'm not a sealed game collector, but I mean, just knowing that it's sealed is, it's cool because I know that it's in really good shape, and I will be cracking this open at some point to play it. I just playing a lot of other things right now. And then last but not least, kind of the meat and potatoes of the trade, the game that I was really interested in, that kind of got the ball rolling to begin with. It is a complete copy of Animal Crossing for the GameCube. It doesn't have the special memory card, which is fine. It says special present on the memory card included. That's fine. But when I say complete, it is complete as in game and manual, but it is missing the memory card, which is fine. I don't know why I'm strangely attracted to this series. This will be the first game in the series that I own, and I just really want to try them out. I really kind of like these kind of sandboxy kind of time sink games. I really love Rune Factory. It's one of my very favorite games, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the Rune Factory series also. I'm glad that I have this one so I can try it out, but really, I really want the either the DS one or New Leaf, Wild World or New Leaf, just because I think that they're the kind of games that are going to be a lot more beneficial for me to play on a handheld, since they're kind of a daily commitment kind of a game. But hey, whatever. I'm happy to have this. I'm actually going to try and track down a... It doesn't have to be a Wavebird for the GameCube. It can be like a knockoff brand. But I've seen some, I forget what they're called, but they're brand new third-party GameCube controllers, wireless GameCube controllers on Amazon for like $12-15, and they said that the only problem is when using them is like if you have more than one plugged in at a time, the receivers feedback to each other, so it's like it's bad, like it doesn't work very well. But I'll be playing it one player, so I really don't care. And that's not the Wavebird, that's just the third party. I don't know if the Wavebird has that same problem. The reason I'm telling you this is because I have my Wii out in the bedroom, so it'll be nice to be able to play this while laying in bed instead of in the game room, so if I'm playing it late at night or whatever. It just seems like the kind of game that I would either want on a handheld or like out in the bedroom where I would, kind of wind down at the end of the day with it. Okay, and the last three things here, like I said, I traded in, I didn't trade in anything. I redeemed a gift card, Amazon gift card, and I went ahead and picked these games up. There was one other game that I was going to get, and it was kind of a long process because I had ordered 2 games from 2 different sellers on Amazon, and something I had messed up when I typed in my zip code. I had 2 numbers transposed, so it just canceled all my orders, and it was a big hairy mess. So finally, I had been in contact with both sellers, and the one seller was kind of like just blew it off and just went ahead and relisted the item, and then I didn't get it, which is whatever. It's not a big deal. So I had been in contact with the other seller. We had talked back and forth a little bit, and I went ahead and just bought 2 games from this seller, because of her trouble. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy 2 games from you, just because you're being so nice and hooking me up. So I got 2 PSP games, one of which I really was excited to get, and that was kind of the reason that the whole order took place. And the other one, it was just a game that she had listed, and it's a PSP game, and I was like, you know what? Whatever, I'll buy that game, sure. So the throw-in game was Loco Roco 2 for the PSP. This is actually a very, very, very fun and addicting game. If you're not familiar with Loco Roco, at least with the second game, I think that the first and second are pretty similar. It's just a kind of a very colorful platformer, but it's the controls are kind of what makes this game so unique. You kind of roll around as this thing, these blobs, collecting more blobs, and the more blobs you get, the bigger you are, and you got to kind of traverse through the landscape, different different hills and things like that. Sometimes you have to like squeeze through little crevices and things like that. But the way that this game controls, actually, you only use the shoulder buttons. And your shoulder buttons, what they do is they actually just tilt the environment. So it's basically like, if you want your character to roll this way, you've got to press this button, and the environment turns this way, and then it will roll. And then, like, to jump, you actually have to hold down which direction you want to roll, and then press the other one, and then lift up, and then your blob will jump. So it's very fun, kind of addicting, and yeah, I really enjoy it. It's strange. It's a very strange game. It's lots of made-up words, languages, and very colorful characters, and it's just a very odd game, but surprisingly fun, pleasantly surprisingly fun, and addicting. So yeah, I am actually on the lookout for Loco Roco 1, because, I mean, obviously this is 2, and I've never played the first one. Kind of a pleasant surprise with this, too, is actually this came sealed also. I guess I can show you kind of the screenshot on the back, kind of give you an idea of the kind of things that you're dealing with here. And these things actually like grab a hold of you and then like shoot you out. So it's just a very strange game. Look up some gameplay footage if you're interested, because this is like really cheap. Like I said, this came actually brand new sealed, and I want to say I only spent like $4 or something like that. Really cheap. And then the other game I haven't tried yet. I'm kind of bummed out that I haven't tried it yet, because I was really excited to get it, and I have no idea why I threw this one in first. But that is Dungeon Maker Hunting Ground for the PSP, brought to us by Xseed. This is a very interesting game where you kind of like build your own dungeon and attract different kind of monsters, and the gameplay is very Diablo-like. And it's just kind of a dungeon crawler where you kind of create your own dungeon, and you create the landscape, and you track different kind of monsters, and different kind of monsters drop different kinds of loot, and then you go back to town, and you can redeem that loot for money, and then buy new upgrades, so you can build different kinds of rooms and your dungeon. So I don't know about the story mode. There is a story to it. I don't know how the story goes, but I just really like the concept. It just seems like a really fun game, and I'm really excited to try it. There's another game on the DS very similar to this. It's called Master of Monster Lair, and I think that's actually an Atlas game, and I really want to try that one too, because I've heard these two games compared quite a bit, Dungeon Maker and Master of Monster Lair. And so I'm on the lookout for a copy of Master of Monster Lair, and I really want to play it. Especially, and I really want to play this one too, but unfortunately, since my PSP sucks so much, it's a little bit harder for me to get into kind of lengthy, kind of in-depth games. Whereas, games like Loco Roco, my PSP battery lasts about an hour, and by the time about an hour is over, I'm kind of done playing Loco Roco anyway. So I've put a couple hours in this game, 2 or 3 anyway, and it's a very fun game. Okay, last thing here, and then I'll wrap this video up, is actually not a game at all. It's actually a music CD, which I just don't buy very many of these anymore. But this was kind of on my Amazon wish list. I really wanted to pick it up, and it's kind of crazy how cheap music CDs are anymore. This cost me $4 shipped. But the funny thing is about it is that I'll kind of cover up vital information. I don't know if there's any on here or not anyway. the funny thing about this was the price of the CD was 1 penny, and shipping was $3.99. So $4 for this CD, but it only really cost a penny, and then they spent $4 on shipping material. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. So I ended up with a very good condition complete copy of the Twin Peaks soundtrack. Twin Peaks is actually one of my very favorite shows, and you can't even see the logo. It's so dark in here. There you go, Twin Peaks. I haven't even finished the show yet, actually. I've got like 5 episodes left, and then I've got the movie Fire Walk with Me that I haven't watched yet either. So there you go, Twin Peaks. I can't pronounce the guy's name. The music composed by Angelo Badalamenti. I can't say his name. But seriously, if you're unfamiliar with the show, it's kind of a murder mystery kind of show. It's ongoing though. It's like there's one murder, and like the whole season is dedicated to just that, and it's got just fantastic characters in the show and just very memorable lines, and it's just great. It's by David Lynch, if that is any indication of the kind of experience that it is, and it's just a really great show, and I love it. And so, and one of my very favorite parts about the show, besides the characters and just the fact that it's a great show, is the music. The music just really makes this show, and the soundtrack actually is only 11 tracks, but it just reprises the same songs over and over and over, and you think that would get old, but it really doesn't. It's a big part of the show. And seriously, it's on Netflix. Go check it out. Twin Peaks. It's only 2 seasons, sadly. The show got canceled before it was really over. So it's only 2 seasons, and then they kind of wrapped it up with a movie after the fact called Fire Walk with Me. And I still haven't seen that yet, of course. And it's on my to-do list very soon because, like I said, like 5 episodes of the show left in the movie. It's like I'm prolonging it because I don't want it to be over with. So, that said, that is all of my pickups so far in the month of February. And I guess it's kind of weird, but other than shipping on the trade package, I guess, and I paid for the digital games, but I think those were actually in January. I just didn't. It was after my last pickups video. This is all that I got, and I didn't actually pay anything for these. Just I paid for the shipping on the things that I sent to the person in the trade, and they paid for the shipping on theirs. So there's a trade, and then Christmas gifts with the 2 PSP games and the CD. So there you have it. That is my February pickups so far. I really have no way of judging whether or not I'm going to get anything else. Who knows? Not planning on it. Not planning on any outings or anything like that. I'm really itching because I really want to play Bravely Default because everybody says how good, talking about it, how good it is. It's like, actually, I should rephrase that. I'm not really itching to play it. I'm itching to buy it. I really want to just pick it up. The limited edition looks great. I know they're sold out everywhere, really going really expensive on eBay. Not really interested in that, just because it's like, okay, I wouldn't. My stance on limited editions. They're great. They're really nice collectible items to have, and the collector in me really wants them. But I found, like, at least with some of them that I have, I don't do anything with it afterwards. I just kind of play the game, and then that's it. It just kind of sits on the shelf. So I'm always kind of torn whether or not I really want the collector's edition or I just think that I want the collector's edition. Now with SMT4, I really like to get the limited edition with that because it comes with a strategy guide. So that's kind of why I want, kind of why I'm holding out for that. And just because I'm a huge fan of Etrian Odyssey, I really kind of want the boxed copy of Etrian Odyssey 4. But other than that, though, I'm not crazy interested in spending, especially if it's a lot of extra money for the limited edition or collector's edition, whatever. I'm just not that interested because I don't have tons of money. I really don't, and I can't afford to buy new releases very often anyway, because the price is just too much. I don't know. Maybe I'm cheap. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I'm rambling now. Anyway, that is my February pickup so far. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We're gonna have the question and answer video coming up. I'll probably record it this weekend. So today's the 12th. It's a Wednesday. So maybe I'll do it on Saturday or Sunday. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Thanks for watching. Doom Waves out.